Blade Runner 2049 just hit theaters, and while it's getting great reviews, it ain't getting them big bucks. Such a shame, but hey, the same thing happened with the original. Didn't do so well at the box office, and yet look at it now, considered a sci-fi classic. I mean, it took 7 different cuts of the film, but it's still considered a masterpiece, believe me! Blade Runner 2049 is about another Blade Runner, but this time it's in 2049 as opposed to 2019. So yes, do know it's a continuation, not a reboot. So this Blade Runner is also different because it's a replicant, unless, is Deckard a replicant? Either way, I suppose Gosling, or as his nickname goes, K, is a newer model, so yee. Without further ado, let's get into the non-spoiler review. So, if you like the noir-styled, slow-paced, mysterious, deep, original Blade Runner movie from 1982, you'll most likely enjoy this one as well. Now, let's break down all those adjectives. The setting is, again, extremely well done. Of course, this film has updated special effects from 82, so the outcome is visually stunning. You can tell that this was certainly a high-budget film. The film is also, again, extremely slow-paced, and for modern movie times, it's now even an additional half-hour long, making it almost 3 hours long. But that's good, because the slow-paced style helps develop the movie a lot. Now, how about the mysteriousness? Well, also again, the film can be very hard to understand at times, but this film maybe makes it a little easier because, for example, there's one scene where it shows a bunch of previously seen scenes and uses previously heard dialogue to connect everything and help make sense of the few minutes of this 3-hour ride that were actually important. Also, the plot twist didn't require extreme thought. Lastly, the deepness. Also again, this film makes you question what makes people human and addresses slavery and also the value of what's real and what isn't. For example, can you prove to me that your memories are all real and that they weren't just implanted into your head a minute ago? Yo, this is going back to some old philosophies of ancient philosophers. I like that. This movie reuses the powerful ideas of the original, goes in depth with it a little more, and adds more great ideas. So that's that. The acting was pretty solid. The movie mostly follows Ryan Gosling, and if you were expecting a lot from Harrison Ford, don't sit on the edge of your seat waiting too long, because that will be a long wait. Jared Leto plays his typical role, a weirdo. Hey, not meaning to be rude, it's all in the script, man, and he does great. Yet again. And hey, get this. I don't think the soundtrack from either Blade Runner movie is necessarily amazing at all on its own. See, the music does help establish the setting and tone of the film very, very well. So that's all that matters. It's great. I'm gonna end it there for the non-spoilers review, so check out the description for the video times and you can skip on over to the conclusion to avoid spoilers. So without further ado, let's spoil this baby. No, but I heavily advise you to skip the spoilers, alright, if you haven't seen this. This film has got some great reveals. Lots of tricks up its sleeve, if you know what I mean. Alright, so I want to say that you just watched a great film when the main character dies an emotional, dramatic death at the end with meaning to it. And yes, that's exactly what happened! Gosling's need to make the decision of sacrificing his own life for another was so well done, and the idea that that's the most human thing you can do was beautiful. And his motivation wasn't just through the plot, but rather through internal conflict and him relating to what might happen to Deckard when Joy was, in quotes, killed. Now, that leads me to the next thing I want to address, the fact that at one point of the film, a big revelation makes the audience and Gosling himself believe that he's a decoy rather than a replicant, but later on he then finds out that he was just given the memories of Dr. Anna Stelline, Deckard, and Rachel's lost daughter. Basically, there's an extremely dramatic moment of the film that almost feels pointless when you find out it's not even true, but I suppose I still kind of like the fact that they get the audience's mind twisting and turning just as Gosling's characters did. Another spoiler worth mentioning, this film sets up a third Blade Runner movie with a revolution rising and Leto's character still being alive, but I don't think they should jump the gun on a third installment, as any additional installment to any franchise is risky in some ways. But with the simple setup the potential third one has right now, I'd say they've got to take some time in between. Also, is Deckard a replicant or not? Good question. Stay tuned for the rest of your life. This film does not answer the question, and I like that a lot. I feel like if they did reveal the answer, it would actually ruin the whole film. That's what I like about the two Blade Runner movies. They question, but don't answer. For example, why are the people who hunt down the replicants called Blade Runners? I don't know, maybe because it sounds cool. Alright, so now for the conclusion. Ultimately, Blade Runner 2049 is certainly well made, as it has symbolism around every corner and deeper meaning that makes you think quite a bit, and don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to think while watching it. For its amazing updated visuals, better flow of the plot, and even more deepened meaning, I'm gonna have to say that Blade Runner 2049 is better than the original film. You can always argue for any film that a sequel is never as good as the first, simply because it's unoriginal and just reuses an idea, but this film really stands out as its own. Bam! Enough said. I want to know what you guys think of this movie, if you've seen it, and also what you think of the original one down in the comments below. That all being said, thank you very much for watching. Don't like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more videos coming real soon. Bye-bye!